Hey, once again, Matriculants, welcome to Educate. This is a question based on land reform in South Africa, KZN June 2022. Refer to the extract on land reform in South Africa. So here, please guys, I repeat this, I always repeat this. When you are given an extract or a case study or an article to read, always make sure that you read it to the core and understand, because you are not going to take answers from the air or from your mind, but you are going to take answers from the extract provided. That's why they say refer to the extract. All right, cool. So now it says land reform. Now let's read together. Land reform in South Africa, it is the promise of land restitution to empower farm workers and reduce inequality. So this has been promised to South Africa that a people will be restituted of their land. What is land restitution? We are still going to define that, but basically it simply means that the land that people were forcefully removed from, it has now been given back to them, because remember that this was caused by apartheid. So now here, this also refers to aspects such as the property, possible white-owned businesses, right? So now it is believed to allow previously unemployed. Remember, this land reform, it is being the one referred to. So here, this land reform, it is believed to do what? It is believed to allow previously unemployed people to participate in what? In the economy and better the country's economic growth. So this is something that is believed to say that land reform will do, because it's a promise, right? So now it also relates to restitution in the form of settling land claims. This is another advantages of people who were forcefully removed from their homes in what? In urban areas that were declared white by the apartheid. So basically here, this is another advantage or another belief of what land reform would have done to South Africa. It would have done what? It would have, the first one, it would have allowed previously unemployed people to participate in the economy. If you were not employed, you would now participate in the economy because the land has been given back. It also allows the people who claim to have owned a certain particular land before apartheid, before they were taken away from it, it will settle those claims, and those people would be able to go back and claim their land and use it however they want. And then now, they say by the apartheid government's segregationist Group Areas Act, as well as a restitution for people forcibly evicted from rural land. This is another advantage. This is another belief of land reform, of what land reform could have done or could do. It's a promise, remember. So now here, this is as well as what? A restitution or restoring for the people who were forcefully evicted from what? From rural land, because of the apartheid policies. So the first one here, it allows previously unemployed people to participate in the economy. The second one, it allows people who were forcefully removed from their homes in urban areas to be doing what? To be done what? To be brought back in urban areas. And the third one, highlighted in blue, it allows the restitution or the restoring of land for people who were forcibly evicted from rural land. So you can see the difference there, because of apartheid policies. However, now we're changing the story. Many South Africans and foreign commentators have also voiced alarm over the failure of the redistribution policy, having failed around 50% of land reform projects. So there are projects of land reform or land restitution for people to get their land back, but this has actually been proven that 50% of those projects were not processed successfully, and people were not able to claim their land back. Now, I've taken 4 minutes reading carefully. You should too. You have nowhere to rush grade 12. I will remind you one thing. In the marking center, no one knows you. Okay, the person marking for you doesn't know you, so there are no favors here. We want you to write something with understanding. 2.4.1. All right. So 2.4.1 says, define the term land restitution. We have already said that land restitution is restoring back. Okay, it is doing what? It is restoring back the land to people who were forcibly, or you can say people who were forcefully removed from the land due to whatever policies that way. In this case, it's apartheid. So here you can say that land restitution, it is restoring. It is the process whereby you are restoring land. You are restoring land to what? To owners, to previous owners, okay, whatever, but to owners that were forcibly or that were removed forcefully, or evicted forcefully due to apartheid policies. Apartheid policies. All right, so this is the best way of defining restitution, but you can use your own English here. But in this case, remember, you must always stay within this concept of saying that land restitution has to do with giving back the land to the people who had it, but they were forcefully removed by the government, by the apartheid policies, or by the apartheid government. And then now 2.4.2. 2.4.2 asks us this. Quote. Hey guys, let's start here. The word quote, what does quote mean? Quote means that you are taking something, you are extracting something from a given extract. Here they said refer to this extract. So whatever that you must quote, it must be something that you are taking from the passage given. You do not quote something from your mind. You are not giving an opinion. You give an opinion when they say suggest. Okay, when the action word says suggest, that's why you suggest what you think is right. Here you are quoting, you are taking something that has been told to you. That's why I said read and highlight the way I'm doing. When I was doing grade 12, I used to have highlighters, and I always highlighted each and every important part so that I don't get off topic. Quote, two aims. Now quote what? Quote, two aims of land reform mentioned in the extract. All right, people may be confused. Land reform and land restitution, what is the actual difference there? Land reform, it is basically correcting the injustices of the past. So basically you are correcting the injustices. There are types of land reform. Okay, so there are types of what? Of correcting those injustices. Land reform just simply means that you are doing what? You are correcting injustices of the past. Now, the types of land reform that we have land restitution. That's the first one. The land restitution, it is whereby the people are being restored back their land because they were forcibly removed from it. That's the one that we did here. That's the type of land reform that we did. The second one is the land redistribution, whereby the land is being redistributed again to people. Then we have got land tenure. That's another type of land reform. So guys, please know how to differentiate. The land reform is basically the correction of those mistakes. Now, the types of land reform, 3, is land restitution, land redistribution, land tenure. So those are types of land reforms. Those are types of ways of correcting injustices of the past. So here, two aims that are being claimed by land reform mentioned in this extract. Here, remember, it said land reform in South Africa is the promise of land restitution. They are promising to restore the land, right? Now, remember when we were highlighting, according to this, let's read here again. It says, it is believed. Guys, when we believe something, it's more like you are aiming for that thing. Okay. In this sense, when you believe something, you cannot believe that you will be a winner if you don't aim to become a winner. You get the sense, right? So basically, when I believe that something will happen, it means I'm actually aiming for that thing to happen. So here, the aims of land reform, it is what we're actually believing that land reform will do. And according to this statement, it is believed that land reform will allow previously unemployed people to participate in the economy. You are quoting. You will take it exactly as it is. You write it exactly as it is. Exactly as it is. So here, let me quote. What is the aims, or what are the two aims of land reform, or the claims of land reforms, or the promises of land reforms? It is what we believed here. I will quote it exactly as it is. It is to allow previously, you quote you exactly as it is. Do not write, do not summarize anything. Allow previously unemployed people. Allow previously unemployed people to do what? According to the statement exactly as it is, to participate in the economy. That's a promise. That's the aim of this, to participate in the economy. So you see this, right? To participate in the economy. And then there you have it. You are quoting exactly as it is. And then here they say two aims. We saw another aim. It says it also, the word also, it means this is another thing that is being believed, right, according to our analysis. So it also relates restitution in the form of settling land claims of people who were forcefully removed from their homes in urban areas that were declared white. You quote the aims, but they say two here. I will take the one highlighted in blue because it's shorter to write, because here there are two. So here, this other claim, or the aim of the land reform, it is to do what? It is to offer restitution. All right, exactly as it is. It is to offer what? Restitution. Restitution for what? For people. For people. Do not write anything else beside what's written here. Quote. Grade 12. You quote. Okay. We are quotalana. Don't do anything else. Restitution for people forcibly. Quote it word by word. Forcibly evicted. Evicted from rural land. From rural land. Okay, you can add and say because of the apartheid policies, but this is the main point. But you quote exactly as it is. So this is 1 mark each. So it's 1 mark here, it's 1 mark here. And then now 2.4.3, it says, what percentage of land reform projects were unsuccessful? That was given at the end. It says here, however, many South Africans and foreign commentators have also voiced alarm over the failure of redistribution policy, having failed around 50% of land reform projects. So it means that at least half or 50% of the land reform projects that the government was planning on implementing or on solving those claims, 50% of them, they failed. They were not actually met. Okay, so basically the percentage has been given there. 2.4.3, it's 50%. You write it exactly as it is. There is no effects here, 50%. Then 2.4.4. Why was the target set for land reform not reached? This one, it needs a lot of critical thinking. It needs a lot of you thinking what can stop land reform, because the target for land reform was to redistribute land to each and everyone that was disadvantaged by the apartheid era or by the apartheid policies. So here, why do you think that 50% of all these claims were not resolved? There are many things that can happen there. This is not a politics. This is not a politics YouTube channel. This is an educational YouTube channel. But I want you to think like a politician at this point. I myself am not a politician, but basically you need to kind of be political. What do you think is happening in the government that is making the government slow down the process of resolving the claims of land reform? Because there are people who know Uti, this land was for the Dlaminis, but they were taken away by the apartheid. Why hasn't the government helped them? Comment down below if you think something. You can pause the video and comment, and then you can continue. So here, we can first look at the most common one. The easiest one to know is corruption. There is nothing else that can ruin a good thing besides corrupt people. So there must be corruption that has happened. So basically it's corruption. That's the first option that you're going to say is corruption. Yes, but I'm not just going to write corruption, guys. This is a 2x2 question. Two responses for 2 marks each. You cannot just say corruption. So basically the people, corruption by the people in higher positions. Okay, corruption by them. Okay, let me not use the okay, let me just try to use a good word. So corruptions by all right, by people, corruption by people that are handling the claims. People handling the claims. Okay, for example, maybe the government can issue out a certain amount of money to be able to kind of restore the land or to give back the land to people. But now because someone is greedy, they would probably want the money for themselves and to feed their hungry family. And kind of what do? They will kind of steal the money, and the project will not be able to carry on because there is no money to fund it or to run it. So basically that corruption, that type of corruption that is occurring is causing the target set for land reform not to be reached. So there is corruption. There are many things that you can talk about here. You know, this thing of land reform is something that is not really it's not really easy to work with. Okay, how can you claim that you owned this place? Like, how can you claim that Lenda Olena YakwaNdlovu, this is a Iskoti SasaKwaZulu, this is a place for the Hadebes? Guys, how can you claim that? You need to have some proof. What if you don't have proof? What if you don't have proof to claim the land? You just come with a claim and you'll be like, we stayed here with my family before apartheid, and then Wafika Belung, and then this. Guys, you see, this kind of not making sense. We need evidence, right? You might not have proof. You might not have proof to say that you are the rightful owner of the land. So here, the lack of proof by the previous owner can cause you not to be able to get the claim done. So that will actually make the target set for land reform to not be reached. So their lack of proof or evidence, proof of ownership. Are you the owner of the land? So there's a lack of proof of ownership by the owner, the previous owner of the land, by the previous owner. There are many things that you can say, guys. Anything that is making the government not be efficient in their work. It can be the fault of the government officials or the people handling the claims, or it can be the fault of the person who is bringing the claim of, at least if they don't have a proof of proving how that they own the land, someone else will come and say they own the same land. So how in the world will you settle that claim? It won't be easy. So that will be a failed claim and you cannot reach the target. So at least 50% of them won't be reached there. You can think of anything else. Okay, even the monitoring of such projects is kind of difficult. In actual fact, the land reform, you are only hearing it from geography. You're actually hearing it from me right now because you probably have never heard something known as land reform. Why am I emphasizing this? It is because this thing of land reform, no one entertains it anymore. It's just basically not monitored. The process is not monitored. The process is not monitored on, because like apartheid was something that ended a long time ago, and we look like in a peaceful area now, and we kind of forgot all about it. So there's no one who's actually monitoring the process. So there's no proper monitoring. There is no proper inspection of the procedure. There are no officials that are checking if the people are doing the right procedures of clearing the claims and provide the land back to its owners. So basically, there is a lack of proper monitoring. So you can say there is a lack of proper monitoring or proper inspection of the claims. So no one is inspecting or monitoring the land reform claims. So there are many things that you can say, guys, infinitely many things. You can just come up with anything that will tell us why the claims have not been solved, why the people have not gotten their land yet. But as long as you stay within the topic of saying that a land reform has failed, at least 50% of the claims have failed, or even maybe more, because this article is probably old, so even maybe more people have failed to claim their land. And why is the target not being reached? What do you think the government must do? Or what do you think the government has not done? What do you think the citizens have not done? Think like a politician for this moment. Thank you so much, Matriculants, for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends to stay tuned.